Here and also watching a great match too is the athletic director of the Colorado Buffaloes, and that's Rick George. And Rick, first of all, thank you so much for joining us and taking out the time here with us. How's your day going today?
Oh, it's going great so far. I like the way our soccer team came out and played in the first half, and this crowd's pretty spectacular. We actually had to cut off the number of people that could come in, so we're sold out. So it's a great atmosphere, and we're excited about what our ladies are doing at this point.
Speaking of the great atmosphere, how great is it to be able to see just so many fans back in the stands, especially after what we all dealt with last year?
It's great, and it really gives our student athletes a lot of momentum when they get out there and a lot of motivation. And, the atmosphere is just so much fun to play in front of, and we really missed our fans last year. And I think in all of our sports, we want to get as many people here as we can and make up for last year in a lot of ways.
Speaking of all your sports, the Colorado Buffaloes football team, they're going to take on Northern Colorado on Friday night. You can watch that game right here on the Pac-12 Network. Just tell me about how much fun it is to see Karl, Dorrell, and the rest of the guys put things together in the offseason and also to come back to play this fall.
Well, it was great that he was able to have an offseason, that he had a spring ball. We didn't get one last year and really didn't have a preseason camp. And so, for him to be able to go through the process and have our student athletes work out starting in January and then getting to spring ball and then the summer workouts, it's really put us in a really good position. I know Coach is really happy with where they are today, and we can't wait for Friday to get here.
Speaking of can't wait for things to get here, earlier this week it was announced with the Pac-12 that they have a new alliance with Pac-12, ACC, as well as the Big Ten. Tell me from a Colorado standpoint, with the Colorado Buffaloes, how does this affect the Buffs down the line, especially with scheduling and just overall?
Well, I think, from a scheduling perspective, it's going to be really good in all of our sports. If you think about today, we've got a great ACC team here in Florida State, #1 in the country. And, we're playing against them, and you'll see more of that in all of our sports. And I'm really excited about that, what it'll do for our football schedule and our basketball schedule, both men and women, and then all of our other sports. It's really good. But I think the key thing is the alliance is really good for college athletics, not just football and basketball, but for intercollegiate athletics in general. And I'm really glad that we have this partnership, and I give a lot of credit to our presidents and chancellors and our commissioner who led this effort on our behalf, and really feel good about where we are.
Don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm a Buff, had a chance to put on the black and gold for the football team as well. And one of the teams that we played every year when we were in the Big 12 was Nebraska. What's the chance that we'll be able to see an annual game between Nebraska and Colorado again?
Well, I don't know that we'll see an annual game, but I know we've got them in 2 years, and we've got another home and home on the schedule. So, as they get through, we've got a team that's working on that in the Pac-12. That'll talk about schedules moving forward, but certainly we want to have those rivalries, and I think that'll be important. And we're going to maintain the rivalries that we currently have, but also we'll probably create some new rivalries as we move forward.
Finally, Pac-12 commissioner, the new Pac-12 commissioner, Jory Kleokoff, he came here and he was on campus in Boulder, and you had a chance to be able to meet with him and talk with him, and also to show him all the facilities here. When you think about what he brings to the Pac-12, not only the Pac-12 Network, but also the conference as a whole, what's the benefit of having this guy here? And tell me a little bit about just what he will bring, just in general, his vision.
Well, I think what impressed me at the start was just the fact that he was very knowledgeable about all the issues in college athletics. A month or so before he started. But he's got a real sense of the landscape, which is important. He's got an incredible background in social and digital media that he got from Major League Baseball, years ago. And he's just got a wealth of knowledge in all the areas that are going to be really important for our conference moving forward. And I know our athletic directors and going to work very closely with him to make sure that we continue to elevate this Conference of Champions. And we're excited about what he brings to the table.
All right, Rick, before I let you go, I got to have you put your analyst hat on, all right? We're 0-0 right now in this game. Colorado Buffaloes, Florida State Seminoles, the #1 team in the nation. What do the Buffs need to do in the second half to come away with the win?
Well, we need to get Florida State thinking about the altitude and how that's going to impact them, and they're going to get really tired towards the end of this match. But no, we just got to continue to do what we're doing I think our team is playing really well. They're playing great defensively. We need to get more shots on goal. I would say that'd probably be the one thing that I would do. But I like where we are, and I like the way our team likes to finish. So we'll see what happens in the next 45 minutes.
Well, so far the Buffs don't have one shot on goal yet, but they'll be able to get one in the second half. Rick, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Justin.
That is Rick George, the
Go Buffs.
athletic director of the Colorado Buffaloes.